Sorry for the technical difficulties, folks, but we are back. B-Main just now getting started. Brendan Lacey from the pole. And he takes the early lead. David Flick right in behind him. Here comes Glenn Reinhardt, the 31 machine. Mason Hannigan, the 22, the orange car, in fourth. Our final transfer car at the moment, the blue 92 machine down there on the inside. Peyton Grease. Lacey out in front. David Flick. These guys got 14 laps to get it done. They are working lap number 2. Glenn Reinhardt's right rear up against the fence right there through turns 3 and 4. He sits in the third spot right behind the Flying Fossil, David Flick. Mason Hannigan and Peyton Grease doing battle. Those 5 cars, your transfer cars to the A-Main right now. Just need to keep them facing forward. Oh, car out of shape back there. No caution coming out for that. Actually, caution does come out this time because Sittler loses it and so does Flick. Let's get down here real quick, see if we can see what happened to these two. Flick into the fence. Back across the track and then further in behind him, Steve Sittler. And I want to say maybe Brody Kane. Those two cars got together a little bit and it ended up spinning Sittler around. So we'll let them get single filed out. And we will give you the lineup here. Lacey, Reinhardt, Hannigan, Grease, and Broderick are top 5. Mustard, Sly, Verhey, Brown, and Williams. All right. So the lights should be going off on the pace truck this time by. Which means we'll be right at the halfway point. Still 7 laps to go in our B-Main. Lacey, Reinhardt, Hannigan, Grease, and Broderick are top 5 right now. Sorry everybody had to switch over. I don't know what happened there. Little technical difficulties, and he's trying to work them out right now. It looks like maybe his OBS dropped him. Our engineer having a little bit of an issue, but he'll get it figured out. All right, we'll be going green this time off turn number 4. Pace truck going to make that hard left. Brendan Lacey bringing him back to green. Lacey and Reinhardt able to get away now. Hannigan had a little bit of a challenge on the inside from Peyton Grease. Grease not able to make that work out. Mark Broderick back here sitting in the 5th spot. Got about 8 car lengths over Terry Mustard. Now Mustard under fire from Justin Sly. Sly puts the 93 car out in front of the 0 for just a second. Those two going to battle that 6th and 7th. They are outside looking in right now. At the front, Brendan Lacey, and he's got Mason Hannigan in tow. Peyton Grease got around Glenn Reinhardt as well. Move him up to 3rd. Reinhardt is back into 4th. And he is right in front of Mark Broderick. 4 to go this time off turn number 4. Still Lacey, Hannigan, Grease, Reinhardt, and Broderick.
All right, man. Caution is
And caution, that's probably going to do it for us. Ty Williams' car upside down. Go back and see if we can figure out what happened to Ty. That's the blue and black car right there. Blue, yellow, and black car. He goes down in the corner, gets a little help. He got just a little bit of help. Miles Jensen with just a little touchdown as they entered the corner. So that is going to wrap this one up. These guys not going to be able to get it back to green. It's going to be Lacey, Hannigan, Grease, Reinhardt, and Broderick transferring through to the feature race. These guys are going to have a bit of an extended warm-up. They'll bring all the cars out, warm them up a little bit, and then they're going to shape them up and put them in a 4-wide formation. Salute to you guys, the fans. And then once they get through that warm-up session, they will put all 20 cars out here, 40 laps on the board. 100 to win, 20 for second, and 10 for third. A white flag being displayed right there, final lap. It'll be Lacey, Hannigan, Grease, Reinhardt, and Broderick making our feature race tonight. Everybody else done for the evening. Don't forget tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern, Dirt Slingers Thursday Thunder Series presented by Tim's Dirt Track Simulators. They are at the dirt track at Charlotte. Have a 30-lap feature for those guys. Winner gets to pick up some cool prizes. Mike Peterson will be back with you on the call for that one. But our B-main over here now. A little bit of warm-up time. A 4-wide salute to the fans. And then we will get to our feature. Give you a good look up here. Around the speedway, car's going to be rolling out. Lots going on. More and more each week at Dirt Racing Network. Monday nights got the iRacing Fast Series at 7:30 Eastern. And we follow that up with the Dirt Slingers Wicked Energy Gum Outlaw Series at 9 o'clock on Eastern. These guys getting ready to do their 4-wide. They're going to do this pretty early, it looks like, in the session. We're going to let those guys get out there. Keep an eye on them. I thought they were going to do this towards the end of the practice session, but it looks like they're going to do it first. Good look from above real quick. Salute to the fans. One of the greatest spectacles in all of auto racing. The 4-wide salute. Well-formed, good formation for these guys. Coming down the front stretch. I don't know how many times they're going to have them go around, but it's cool any amount that you can get it. All 20 cars lined up 4-wide for you. They give them the green light. And a 4-wide start is a ridiculous thing to watch. But these guys have a little bit of their warm-up session here. Now, that was going down our weekly schedule. The Monday nights wrap up with the Wicked Energy Gun 410 Outlaw Series. 2 weeks off for this series here on Wednesday nights. They'll be back on November the 13th. They're going to swap it from the 360 wing sprint car to the 410 Outlaw machine. They'll have a spotted schedule. I think they're going to do 8 or 10 races, but it's going to be spread out over some time. They got some weeks off for different holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, etc. And then our regular Thursday Thunder Series. In talks to add a 360 series on Saturday nights. That is not a done deal yet, but doing some talking about it. See if we can bring you guys some more racing. It's getting cold out, so everybody's indoors. Everybody's going to miss racing. Try to bring you as much as we can. Well, I think our engineer had a whole lot of problems maybe because he is MIA. He said he was going to figure out what was going on. Still just over a minute to go in the warm-up session. Hope everybody's enjoyed the show so far. We apologize for the technical difficulties. I hope that you've come from some of the other streams. But the practice session is over. We are ready to go racing. 40 laps, 20 cars, 100 to the winner, 20 to second, and 10 to third tonight. And on the pole, the coach's pizza number 2 of Bryce Bailey to his outside. The elbows up number 85 of Tyler Shell. Row 2 on the inside. The Fatheads Eyewear 19 Designs Setzer Fabrication number 15 of Nelson Webster. And on his outside, the Border Tire Wicked Cushion Dirt Racing Network Kinzer Sim Racing Team number 5 of the High Side Hustler Braden Eiler. 37 Machine Thomas Garrett, row 3 on the inside. The High Side Racewear UDSRA number 19 of Troy Wagaman on the outside of that row. Row 4 going to be the Flying Aussie Craig Dunn, the Wicked Cushion 19 Designs number 57 machine. And on his outside, the over-the-wall photography number 21 of Shea Apollo. Michael Sheridan is going to start the J&B Medical Wicked Energy. Dave Blaney Sim Racing number 15 on the inside of row 5 with Brian Cross, the 78 machine on his outside. Kevin Hanley, the Cadillac Man, in the 110 machine inside row 6 with Donovan Ross, the 5 on his outside, row 7. Kevin Lovey's another UDSRA machine. That's the 18 car on the inside of that row, and on his outside, Black Diamond Motorsports number 91 of Ernie Williams. And in the 8th row, the 269 machine, James Grace. Brendan Lacey in the 97 on his outside. And in the 9th row, the Rockstar Productions Wicked Cushion Randy Hannigan Motorsports, number 22 of the Little Hurricane, Mason Hannigan. And his outside, the Ted Brown Quality Paint and Body, number 92 of Peyton Grease. And on the final row tonight, in the number 31 machine, Glenn Reinhardt on the inside of that row, 51 of Mark Broderick on his outside. Those are your 20 starters. They got 40 laps. And they are ready to shake the ground and sling the dirt right here off of turn number 4 for you. Green flag is in the air. Shell and Bailey on the start. Bailey goes to the top side. Shell cut inside. Not able to get it there, and Bailey keeps the entry pinned in just a little bit. Will he have it at the line? Keep Bailey out in front of lap 1. But the pack right behind him. Shell working down the inside. Webster right in behind him. Top 3 on your screen right now. Battle for the lead. Bryce Bailey able to hold off Tyler Shell through the center of the corner, and he's got the lead all to himself down into turns 1 and 2. Braden Eiler was working the bottom side. He's moved himself into the 4th position. Right now, waiting to see if this top 3 is going to settle it out right here. It looks like they're going to go single file. Nelson Webster, the 15 machine there on the inside. He is currently 3rd.
All right, man. Caution is out.
And caution on the speedway. James Grace may be a part of this one. See if we can figure out what happened to James here. Ooh, James upside down. A bunch of contact. Peyton Grease, Shea Paulo. Several cars making contact. James Grace ended up on the short end of that stick. He will have that car in the infield, and he will not be able to continue. So right now, Bailey, Shell, Webster, Eiler, Garrett, Cross, Wagaman, Dunn, Williams, and Sheridan are top 10. Long ways to go in this one. Going to still be about 35 laps. The lights off on the pace truck. Make it 33 laps to go when we get the green. Hello, Gary. Thanks for tuning in. If you are not a follower, please click that follow here at the Dirt Racing Network. I love all of our followers. All right, green flag back in the air. Bryce Bailey with a good start. Going to keep them single file down into turns 1 and 2. Tyler Shell able to hold off Nelson Webster for the time being, and the high side hustler running right up against the cushion. Trying to make some headway. I see Brian Cross, the blue 78 machine, making his way into the 5th position around Thomas Garriott. Eiler closing the gap now, working the high side against Webster. Webster able to find the drive off the bottom down the backstretch and keep it even into turn 3. But right now, too much momentum. Eiler into the 3rd position. Braden Eiler, last week's winner. Picked up the payday. Looking to pick up the big payday here tonight. And he's going to have to chase down Shell and Bailey, those two. Running the middle, running the slider line in 1 and 2. Bailey's running the same line, but he's keeping it a little bit lower in turns 3 and 4. Going to complete lap number 11 this time by. Hurt me. Bailey's starting to stretch away just a touch right there. Bobbles in turn 2, and that closes the gap right back up. Everything he made on the entry to 1, he lost in turn 2. And now Tyler Shell right on his heels, ready to pounce. Brian Cross making some noise right here. He has worked his way into the 4th position. He got around Nelson Webster last lap, and he started to close in on the back end of the 5 machine of Eiler. Lost a little ground through turns 1 and 2. So top 3 under a blanket and caution. One more time. Troy Wagaman upside down over here in turn 4. See what happens. The black car with the silver wing on it right there. Into 3 and 4. Oh, and a slide job across his nose a little bit right there. Could have been Kevin Lovey's. No, it wasn't Lovey's car. Wrong color. Wing for that. Donovan Ross. Donovan Ross, the 5 machine. Slider put the right rear into the left front on that 19 car. So 2 cars out. Move the 5 car to the back of the field. 15 laps to be complete this time. 25 to go. 100 to win, 20 for second and 10 for third tonight. Season finale. Dirt Sprint Car Championship Series from Knoxville. Bryce Bailey out in front of it. Tyler Schell, Braden Nyler, Brian Koss, Nelson Webster, your top 5. Thomas Garrett. Michael Sheridan up to the 7th position. Ernie Williams is 8th. The Flying Aussie Craig Dunn in 9th. And the Cadillac man, Kevin Hanley, running there in the 10th position. Should go green this time. 24 laps left in this one before we open up the pay window. Bailey holding him. Now he finds the throttle.
Green, green, green.
Restart. 24 to go. Slider line through 1 and 2 for everybody in the top 4. Nelson Webster, the only car not using that. Now Brian Cross goes to the bottom in turns 3 and 4, and he takes away third from Braden Eiler. Eiler now back on the inside in 1 and 2 is going to be a drag race down the backstretch. Third and final podium spot on the entry. Eiler with a little tap to Cross. Cross goes up to the high side, finds the momentum, and retakes third. Nelson Webster now putting the challenge in for the 4th spot. Just too much momentum from the high side. We'll see how that one shook down. Peyton Grease upside down. Turn number 1. Oh, Reinhardt got a little bit. Grease got a little bit. That is the 51 car of Broderick, and that's just a big wreck. Hannigan was in it. Broderick was in it. Reinhardt was in it. So several cars damaged in that one. We'll see who all ends up in the infield. Reinhardt on his way in. Grease is in. Mark Broderick keeping the car on the track. I don't know how much damage he got. He got a pretty good chunk of that. So we'll just have to see how that car performs. Mason Hannigan staying out on track. He got into that one a little bit too. Now Broderick heads in. So does Donovan Ross. No, not Donovan Ross. Kevin Lovey's. Kevin Lovey's took that car into the infield. So Broderick, Lovey's, Reinhardt, Grease, Wagaman, and Grace out. Off track right now. Mason Hannigan, 14th. The final running car. It's Bailey, Schell, Cross, Webster, Eiler, your top 5. Garrett, Williams, Sheridan, Dunn, and Hanley rounding out the top 10. One more lap around. We just crossed through the halfway point. We're going to have about 19 to go. 18 to go when we get to green. This is the Dirt Sprint Car Championship Series, their season finale, Marty. Take 2 weeks off, and they come back with the 410 car on Wednesday nights. If you're just tuning in, it is 100 to win tonight, 20 for second and 10 for third. Normally it's 40 to win, 20 for second and 10 to third. But the season finale, they put a little extra skin in the game. And right now, everybody chasing Bryce Bailey to try to get that $100 payday. Bailey about to bring us back to green. He's been really good with holding those starts to the last second. And he gets a good jump on Shell. Cross tried to time it up, and he had to slow down just a little bit, and that's going to let Nelson Webster take a peek on the inside. Not able to make it work that time. Track starting to develop some ruts down the backstretch, and Webster got in the back of Cross going down into 3 and 4. That's going to collect some cars. Webster took it down into 3 and 4 super deep, and he just got right into the back of the 78. Brian Cross. Brendan Lacey got a piece of that. Looks like his front wing's got a little bit of bend in it. Everybody able to drive away except for the 70. Well, the 78 car actually did drive away from that. He's going to have some damage. He is going to be back there. Nelson Webster headed into the pit road. See what's going on with the 15 car. That was such light contact. I have a hard time believing that he really has any damage. Keep our eye on him. Meanwhile, Bailey, Shell, Eiler, Garrett, and Williams, your top 5. Ernie Williams up there. 91 machine cracking into the top 5. Michael Sheridan, 6th. Craig Dunn. Kevin Hanley, Shea Paulo, and Donovan Ross rounding out the top 10. The 15 car, a lengthy stop here on pit road. Looks like he is going to go a lap down. So, 14 cars still on track. Brian Cross, the 78 car, got turned in the last caution. He is the last of the running cars. Hannigan, Broderick, Lacey, and Cross are going to round out the field 11th through 14th. 14 laps still to go in this one. $100 bill on the line for the winner. $20 to the second place finisher. 10 to third tonight. Season finale Dirt Sprint Car Championship Series. Final race for the 360s this year for this series. 410s when they start back up again on November the 13th. And right now, Bryce Bailey showing the way, has since the drop of the green. Good start for him one more time. Single file down into 1 and 2. Slider line for the top 2. The high side hustler, Braden Eiler, all around the top side the entire time. He's going to try to keep up the momentum. Easy for me to say. The momentum up and trying to close in on Shell. Right now he's in a paying position here. Ernie Williams working on the outside of Thomas Garrett for just a second right there. And he is trying to work that cushion. He's going to take over 4th down the backstretch. So Garrett back to 5th. Sheridan is still 6th. And right now, battle for 2nd. Tyler Shell on the bottom. Braden Eiler up top, and Eiler had it at the line. The high side hustler making his way to the front. Bryce Bailey setting sails 0.8 of a second in front of this battle right here. And now Ernie Williams throws his hat in the ring. He wants some of that cash too. And he is going to follow Eiler around the top side. Middle for him that time, 3 wide in 1 and 2. Eiler had to back out. Williams put the right front up inside. Move Ernie Williams into 3rd. Braden Eiler back to 4th. And Williams working on the outside of Tyler Shell for 2nd. Caution this time. 5 car, Donovan Ross backwards in turn number 3. He and Shea Paulo battling right here through turns 1 and 2. Paulo no front wing. Paulo got the nose down the inside. Ross tried to close the door. Paulo had the car there. Ross tried to slam the door on him. Didn't work out. Donovan Ross going to spin it around, keep it going, go to the back. We're inside 10 to go now. Bailey Williams is 2nd. Shell. Actually, it's going to be Bailey, Shell, and Williams, your top 3. Eiler 4th. Gary at 5th. Dunn 6th. Hanley up to 7th. Michael Sheridan is 8th. Mason Hannigan in 9th. And Shea Paulo. You saw him just that little tap right there on Donovan Ross's car. He is running in the 10th spot. Broderick, Cross, Lacey, and Donovan Ross rounding out the 14 cars still on track. Pay window starting to open. Going to have about 7 to go when they take the green. All right. Lights off on the pace truck. Bailey, Shell, and Williams. Williams was making some ground. Able to take the car to the top. See if he goes immediately back to that. 2-car, Bryce Bailey. Getting excellent restarts. Able to hold these guys off, at least for the time being. He's led every lap so far, and the pace truck went in. He got another great jump. Bryce Bailey, 6 car lengths as they head down into 1 and 2. He's running slider line. So is Shell. Williams and Eiler up on the cushion. Braden Eiler, slide job on Williams. Can he make it stick? Williams has got it back at the line. Another slide job from Eiler. Comes up. Didn't slam the door, and Williams got back by on the high side. It's still Bailey and Shell 1-2. The battles for third. Williams and Eiler going at it. 5 to go this time by. Bryce Bailey nice and smooth, running the same line every single lap, and he is holding off the normally super quick Tyler Shell. Eiler with a slide job in 3 and 4. Williams cuts underneath, and he's going to have the spot back at the line. That time keeps the car down low, keeps Eiler from being able to use that slider line. He goes to the top side, finds the momentum, and stretches out the lead over third to fourth. Keep Williams in the third spot, running the slider line right now. 3 to go. Bryce Bailey, 1 second out in front of Tyler Shell, who runs second for now, but Williams has cleared Eiler. And he is going to set his sights on the 85 machine. He's going to have 2 more laps to get it done if he's going to move up any at all. Bailey looking like he's got this thing well in hand if he can just stay smooth. 1 full second out in front of Tyler Shell. Lap and a half to go for Shell and Williams. They run second and third right now. There is Braden Eiler, the orange car, running in fourth. The white flag out over the speedway. Bryce Bailey 1.1 seconds in front of Shell. Shell keeping it on the bottom. Williams around the top. He's got to run. Don't think he's got enough. Eiler throws the slide job. Bailey's going to win it. Shell's going to come home second. Ernie Williams going to pick up third. Braden Eiler, Craig Dunn, Kevin Hanley, Michael Sheridan, Mason Hannigan, Mark Broderick, and Thomas Garrett, your top 10 tonight. But the man of the hour, he led it from start to finish. Bryce Bailey. Remind him to park on the front stretch for me. Bryce Bailey picking up the win. Tyler Shell came home in second. And Ernie Williams with a good drive through the field. He comes home and picks up the third place money for tonight in this one. Let these guys get around here, get parked out here on my front stretch for me so we can get the interviews in. That ought to work right there. Let's see who all is in here right now. Ernie Williams is definitely in here. We're waiting on Tyler Shell and Bryce Bailey to make their way to us, but we will get third place in here and chat with Ernie real quick. Ernie Williams, you got a copy?
Gotcha.
All right, buddy, a heck of a drive for you. You start deep in the field. You come home third, man. Talk to us about this race and you picking up the podium finish and the $10 payday.
Yeah, I thought, man, I could get once I got to third. I thought might be able to win this. I got drifted up into Braden one time and tried to stay off of him. He said I don't know if I got into him, but he had a jam on his brakes pretty good. Apologize to him for that right off the bat. But all in all, not a bad night. It'd be awful nice if I could start somewhere higher than 7, 8, 9 rows deep. Some of them races, I think I'd be able to do a little bit more, but it's just worked so hard to get there. You know what I mean? You start in the backtrack, get slick. It's kind of gets follow the leader sometimes, and it just makes it rough.
Looked like you were kind of married to the top side. Not really much through the middle or at the bottom for you.
Well, I just every time I come here, it just seems like the top side work. Like tonight, I moved to the front, so I really have no reason to really try anything else until I start not being able to move forward on the cushion. I will start, I mean, I have run on the bottom sometimes. I just feel like the cushions, if you can get your car hooked up there, I just feel like that's the fastest way around this place to this date right now. So that's still stuck in my head. So I'm still going to try to get it around here on the cushion at a few of them places at least.
All right, man. Well, you close out the season with these guys at the pay window. I'm sure you got some sponsors you'd like to thank, and then we'll let you go get paid and celebrate a little bit.
Absolutely. I want to give a shout out to Tim Nichols with Tim Dirt Track Simulators. He helps out a bunch, gets me into them things, gets me into them money raises and things. So I want to give a big shout out to him, all the guys up there for the Tim Sims, Jake Sly, Wilbur Sly, all them guys. They put a lot of time in up there getting them simulators ready and everything, and I want to let them guys know everything's appreciated. I was up there. The garage looked nice today. Boys can't wait for that run that we get this weekend and stuff. And Dirt Racing Network for putting this thing on. Roger, you helped me out a lot, talk a lot, man. Appreciate all that too. You guys staples to this dirt track community, man. Really appreciate it. You guys don't get the just due that you guys deserve doing all this broadcasting, running leagues, and all that stuff, man. But I'm here from, I'm sure everybody appreciates it, man. And can't wait to go back and watch it.
All right, man. Well, thanks for talking to us. Congratulations on third, and we'll look forward to seeing you maybe even tomorrow night.
Absolutely.
Your third place finisher, Ernie Williams. Get over here. We'll talk to Tyler Shell real quick. Tyler Shell, you got a copy?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I got you, buddy. Well, you come home second, had a couple of challengers, and you made a good run early for the lead right there, man. Talk to us about this feature race and coming home in the middle step on the podium.
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to congratulate Bryce on the win, but just missed a little bit on the setup. Thought I was going to be around the bottom, and I set up for there, and really wasn't around there, and kind of just holding on to end there. I mean, I could run it, but I just really didn't feel comfortable there, so, or that slider line, whatever. Both, but I just didn't really feel comfortable, so I had to run the bottom as much as possible. I just couldn't get anything going on Bryce, and he was class of the field for the feature, and good win to him. Thanks for Brody for putting the money up and everything, and you for broadcasting.
Yeah, it looked like you were able to make the bottom work pretty early in there, and then it kind of went away, and the guys on the top side were able to make a run. I know that Tyler made a good run at you, and then towards the end, before we cut the last couple cautions, Williams was able to make a run there. How often does it go where the top side is just that much better here?
Just depends how the slick the track gets. Like in a 410, it's like the track will get slicker, so I mean that top will get worn out and then it'll go back to the bottom, go anywhere. Just what cars, how many cars, time of day, that kind of stuff.
All right, man. Well, a great run for you. Second, I'm sure you got some sponsors you want to thank before we let you hit the pay window.
Yep, you for Broken Buddy putting this on, and Team Elbows Up SimSport and our sponsors. Elbows Up TV, Motorsports Beat, Her Got Real Estate Company, Over the Wall Photographs, BS Air, Paints by Tuna, keeping the car looking fresh, and yeah.
All
Looking
right.
forward to see you tomorrow.
All right. Yeah, I was getting ready to ask you. You're going to see you tomorrow, and you went ahead and answered that for me already. Well, great run. Congratulations again, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Maybe we'll get to talk to you on the top step of the podium.
Yep, hopefully. See you.
All right. Your second place finisher, Tyler Shell. And let's get in here. We got to change our camera angle for him. We got to change our camera angle again. Oh, it's not going to be a good shot. Bad parking by the 2 car, but that is all right. We will do something. We'll get Bryce in here. Bryce Bailey, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man. I'm trying to get a good view of your car, and I cannot get there. But you come home on the top step of the podium tonight, pick up the $100 payday. You led this thing from start to finish, man. Talk to us about this race and a big win for you tonight.
To be honest, like, I knew I was going to be fast in quality and stuff, but I just threw an absolute Hail Mary at it, and it somehow worked. So at least we figured this out at the right time before, like, everything starts to hit its stride for sure.
Yeah, it looked like you were running, kind of the slider line in 1 and 2, and then you were just running right through the middle in 3 and 4, and nobody was able to even get close. How tough is it to keep that car moving forward and staying on angle there in the slick, especially in turns 3 and 4 here?
Pretty much just kept the throttle, like quarter throttle the whole way, and just hope and pray for the most part.
All right, man. Well, you've got some sponsors on that car I know you want to thank, and we're going to let you do that before you hit that pay window and have a big celebration, buddy.
I'd like to thank my parents, first of all, for letting me stay up and all these long nights. BLR for picking me up. They're such great people. Coach Pisa, Richie Preston, he helps me every night. He's a good kid. Somebody just picked him up, so I'm happy about that. And now I get to finally go run DSRL Pro League, which I'm pretty happy about.
All right, man. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you there. Appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. Congratulations on a big victory, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night over at Dirt Slingers.
Yeah, for sure, Steven.
All right. That is your race winner, Bryce Bailey. He picks up the $100 payday. Tyler Shell picks up $20 for finishing in second. Ernie Williams, a $10 payday for finishing third. Wrapping up the season, I am going to grab the man himself. Brody, you got a copy?
No.
Well, too late. You're already live on the air, man. You wrap up a great season here. $100 payday today to the winner, Bryce Bailey, in this one. Few words about your season and what we can expect next season.
Well, I'll be honest, this season just blew me out of the water. I was expecting, around less than 30 cars a night with us, being brought back to life. Been, I think, on a hiatus for like a year or something like that. But I'll be honest, it was actually fun being in the tower again and seeing all these cars come each week. And I'm looking forward to the 410 season here on November 13th.
So November 13th, and we're swapping it over to the 410 cars. I know there's going to be a little alteration to the format. Instead of doing a single B main, you guys are going to do double B mains and just fill the rest of the field that way. Any different expectations for your car counts or for your feature races?
Well, I'm just, like I said, when I talked to you about this back in August, I'm just trying to get the league back on its feet. So we're testing out stuff, and what we're going to try to do for the 410s is run what is called qualifier. You probably know what that is, but basically it's just going to be heat races, but we'll call them qualifiers. There'll be 12 laps each. I think we'll have the most is 5 and 12 cars in each for a 60 car server. What I was trying to do with this is basically just trying to trim down the night so we're not dragging out for over an hour, guys waiting so long. So I'm going to see how this works because, like I said, the 410 is also a little test for ours this year before we get into February next year and have a full out point season for next year for the 360s and 410s.
All right, man. Well, a great season. I know you wrapped it up pretty good tonight. Great race. And Bryce Bailey, I think it's probably his first win in the series ever. So he does it at a perfect time.
Yeah,
but
it was his first one. He picked the right time to.
Yes,
that.
yeah, he did.
Take my money.
we have definitely enjoyed having you here. We're looking forward to the 410 series coming back. We appreciate you taking the time to fill everybody in. November the 13th, first week of the 410 series for the Dirt Sprint Car Championship Series. Brody, we appreciate your time, and we look forward to seeing you guys next season, bud.
No problem. I just want to thank everybody that's watched the broadcast each and every week. It means a lot to me. Can't thank Roger enough for showing up each week as well. Anybody looking for another league to run other than ours, check out DSRL. Monday night and Thursday nights, that's when they run.
Appreciate the plug, buddy. And you and I definitely will stay in contact, but I look forward to covering the 410 races starting for you in a couple weeks.
No problem. Can't wait.
All right, guys, that's Brody Wilhelm. We'll let him get out of here. We are going to wrap it up tonight. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 8 Eastern, Dirt Slingers Thursday Thunder Series presented by Tim's Dirt Track Simulators. They are at the dirt track at Charlotte. 30 laps for their feature. Tune in for that. Until then, from myself, Mike Peterson, Britton Roxbury, appreciate everybody tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Sorry about the technical difficulties. We will definitely have that fixed by the next show. And until the next show, guys, keep it dirty, everybody. Good night.